Hi Jenny, it's nice to see you again. How have you been? Good, I've been good. I'm Ridley. I don't know if you remember me. I know it's been a little bit since you came in, but I'm going to be your hygienist today. I'm happy to see you. How long has it been since your last appointment?
Oh, it's been a while. I think it's been like a year and a half.
Okay, a year and a half. Well, we're glad you came in today. I'm happy to see you. What's bringing you in?
So, recently I've noticed a significant increase in bleeding when I'm brushing. I've always noticed it, but recently it's been more.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely go over that today and go over what may be causing that bleeding and stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about your brushing habits?
So, I'm not very good at, like, I don't brush frequently. I brush at night. But in the mornings, I'm always in a rush, so I always forget to brush in the mornings. So actually, once a day.
Okay. Well, Jenny, that is a really good improvement from last time. If I remember right, I remember you were saying you only brushed a couple times a week last time. So that is a really good improvement from last time. We're now brushing once a day. So that's awesome. Later in this appointment, we're going to talk about some brushing habits that we're getting into and some things. Maybe set some goals to help try to increase our brushing. But what is your flossing habit?
If I'm being honest, I floss.
Okay.
I floss when I feel like something needs to my teeth, but other than that, not very.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Flossing is a really hard habit to get into. I know a lot of us struggle with trying to get that. It does take up more time than flossing and stuff like that. But we can also set some goals if you're okay with it later during this appointment and try and improve our flossing as well. But first, let's address the bleeding situation that you're seeing. So if you remember last time, we did some probing on your teeth. That was just the instrument where we were doing the measurements of your sulcus, that spot between your tooth and your gums. Do you remember that? Yeah, perfect. I have it pulled up for you here on the computer if you want to just take a look. I think I told you last time that 1 to 3 millimeters is a healthy pocket or a healthy sulcus. 4 just means you have some inflammation, and 5 and above is when you're starting to get that unhealthy bone loss, those things we don't want. And if we're taking a look at your teeth from last time, it looks so good. You have crazy teeth, looks really healthy, but since you have been noticing bleeding since the last appointment and it has been getting worse, I think it'd be a good idea to take some more measurements today, see kind of where we're at. So I'm going to sit you down, we're going to take some more measurements and just go from there. Okay, Jenny, I just got done with your probing. We have your measurements here up on the computer, so if we can take a look at them, there are some more of those red pores that are on there, and there are also those little spots that show bleeding. So when I was going around your mouth today probing, I did notice some bleeding in some spots, and I also noticed some deeper pockets, which are those pores. That just shows some inflammation and stuff, and that's showing exactly what you were telling me when you were seeing bleeding and stuff, and that's what I was seeing too. Bleeding is a sign of gingivitis, and so is inflammation. Can you tell me what you know about gingivitis?
I've heard of gingivitis before. I don't know much about it, but I just know it's like when your gums are like stuffy and inflamed.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Yeah. Do you mind if I talk to you a little bit more about gingivitis today and tell you what causes it and how we can prevent it?
Let's do it.
Okay, perfect. So right now, I think you are at the gingivitis stage because you do have that bleeding and you do have that inflammation. So to explain to you what gingivitis is, anytime we eat anything, even if we don't eat anything, we have this biofilm that grows on our teeth, and it grows immediately on our teeth. And if you don't disrupt our biofilm within 12 hours, it will start to grow into plaque. So that's why it is recommended to brush our teeth twice a day, because we brush our teeth in the morning and then 12 hours later is at nighttime to help disrupt that biofilm, because when biofilm keeps growing, it turns into plaque. Plaque holds bacteria, and that bacteria and that plaque get on your gums and under your gums, and that's what's causing that redness and that swollenness and why you're seeing inflammation. It's also why you're seeing bleeding, because that bacteria is causing the bleeding. At this stage, you can also have tender gums. I don't know if when you're brushing and stuff you have tender gums. Do you notice any other of these symptoms besides just bleeding?
No, I do feel some pain when I my gums, but other than that, that's it, just bleeding and some tenderness.
Yeah. Well, the good news is gingivitis is reversible. So this is not a bad place to be at. A lot of people do have issues with their plaque and their biofilm because it does grow immediately. Everybody has biofilm, it's not a bad thing. It's just when we leave it for long periods of time, it can turn into this. But like I said, it is reversible, so it's not something to be worried about, it's not something to be scared about. We just want to prevent it from turning into periodontitis. Can you tell me what you know about periodontitis? You don't know anything? Yeah, no, that's okay. Do you care if I tell you a little bit about periodontitis as well? Perfect. So periodontitis is the next stage that what gingivitis turns into. So gingivitis is something we want to work on preventing, we want to work on getting rid of because it is reversible. We want to stop it. We want to go back to these healthy gums. If we keep going with gingivitis and keep progressively getting worse, maybe not brushing as much, not flossing as much, keeping up these habits, we can lead to periodontitis. Periodontitis is when that plaque and that tartar buildup stay on your teeth and your gums for much longer. It causes bone loss. And that's why it's irreversible, because once you start losing your bone and start losing attachment of your bone, that's when you can't go back. So if you can see here in this picture, we still have all of our bone and everything. Our gums are just more inflamed than they were at the healthy gums. But here, now you can see that the gums have receded. There's more bone loss. Down here is a really good example of it. We've got that recession and everything. But once you get to periodontitis, it's not reversible. So that's why it's really important that at the gingivitis stage here, we focus on trying to make our habits better, do what we can to prevent it from turning into periodontitis. So to help you see the plaque in your mouth, we're going to do a disclosing solution on you today. So I'm going to put this disclosing solution on you, and it's going to turn your teeth different colors. It's going to stain the plaque pink or purple. If you have plaque in your mouth that's been on there for less than 24 hours, it's going to be this pink color on your teeth that you'll be able to see. And if it has been sitting on there longer than 24 hours, you're going to see that purple color. So we're going to do that next. Do you have any questions about this before we move on?
No.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to sit you down and we'll do that next. Okay, Jenny, so we just did your disclosing solution. So I handed you that mirror, and I want you to take a look in your mouth and tell me what you see.
Oh, I see a lot of pink around my gums.
Okay. Yeah, I see that too. I also want to give you this mirror so you can look on the inside, because sometimes there's missing things on the inside that you can't see when you're just looking at that. So if you want to just use this, put it in there, kind of use it as like a second mirror so you can look in there, that would be great. And then tell me what you see there. So look toward me when you do it, and then like finish putting on the foundation.
So I see purple, but I behind it.
Yeah, where do you see that purple at?
Around my gums.
Okay, so that shows you right there as well that those are signs of plaque being there. Because if the plaque's been there for longer than 24 hours, it is that purple color. So we are seeing it on the inside of those teeth in the front. That is a common spot to build up plaque, because you do have a specific saliva duct right there that just like pours saliva out on your teeth, and that causes just buildup to come faster and more and things like that. So I am seeing that same thing as you. I am seeing the purple along your gum line, and then here in the front I'm also seeing that pink along the gum line. But that shows again just that signs of gingivitis, because you already know you got inflammation there, you already know you got bleeding there, all those type of things. So now you know exactly where your plaque is, and that can show you how in the future to brush better and to floss better. So I'll take these from you. Do you have any other questions about the pink and the purple, what they mean, before we show how to get those spots with brushing and flossing?
So the purple means it's been on my teeth for longer than 24 hours.
Yeah, so that means that plaque has been sitting on there for longer than 24 hours. It could be 24 hours, it could be even longer. So when you're telling me you don't floss as much as you should, and that you only floss when you find something stuck in your teeth, that can cause that plaque to build up. When you're flossing when you're brushing only one time a day as well, that can cause plaque to build up as well. Because like I was saying, the plaque builds up immediately, the biofilm builds up immediately and can turn into that plaque that can turn into that dark purple color when it's been sitting for a long time. And that plaque right there, those hold those bacteria, and so that's why you're getting the inflammation and getting that bleeding. So that shows you exactly where your plaque are. If you look in the rest of your mouth, your back teeth look really good. It looks like you hit those back surfaces really good. You're getting in between the teeth and stuff. It looks like we just need to focus a little bit more on that front area right there. Yeah. So can I have you open it up for me and show me how you're brushing your teeth right now?
So I usually go in mid-circular motions.
Okay.
So based off of what I saw a lot of improvement. And
Jenny, that looks good. I think that you're doing a really good job of going from one set to the other. Sometimes people tend to skip around and miss certain spots, so that's really good. I like that you're going from one area of the mouth all the way to the other area of the mouth. What I am seeing is some big circular motions, like you said. We call that the phones method. That's what we teach to kids and stuff, what we want, because sometimes it's not easy for kids to learn all these hard and complicated methods. But now, since we're a little bit older and we can understand how to do different things, I'm going to teach you a new method today. It's called the Bass method. We're going to do the modified Bass method. So right now, like we just showed, or you just showed, you're doing big circular motions. Instead of that, what we're going to focus on is focusing on just the top teeth, and then we're going to focus on just the bottom teeth. So first we're going to focus on the top teeth by putting the toothbrush at a 45-degree angle. You're going to want to angle halfway on the teeth and halfway on the gums. And then once you're here, you're going to do little vibratory strokes, about 10 in each section. Then you're going to move on to the next one, do about 10. Move on to the next one, do about 10. And you're going to do the exact same thing for the bottom teeth, and you're going to do the exact same thing for the insides as well. So when we looked at the disclosing solution, we saw those pink and purple right here on these lower teeth, and then the purple on the inside. That's going to be something to really focus on. And then that's called the Bass method. To do the modified Bass method, after every single section of vibratory strokes, we're going to do what's called an occlusal sweep. So an occlusal sweep is going like this, sweeping down. This, sweeping down. And you're going to do the same thing from the bottom. You're going to go from the gums, sweeping up. What this is doing is this is catching up that plaque and those bacteria, everything that's in that gum line right here, and moving it up and out. Moving it up and out. So that's why it's really important to do this method, to get halfway in between the gums and halfway in between the teeth, and moving out the plaque, moving out the bacteria. Can you show me what we just showed on this type dot on your mouth?
So,
Yeah, okay, I see you're doing a really good occlusal sweep. You're sweeping up really well. I also see that you have that angle perfect. It's right in between your teeth and your gums. The one thing I would say is you're doing a little bit of like a big horizontal stroke. You're kind of just going like this. Instead of doing a big horizontal stroke over all this teeth, let's keep it short. Let's do these little vibratory strokes that I was telling you about. Keep it short, then sweep up. Keep it short, then sweep up. Can you show me that?
so as long as we keep incorporating that into your healthcare at home.
Perfect. Jenny, that looks so good. This is going to be able to get that stuff that's in your gum line and stuff and move it out. Move it out. That's going to help us stop the progression of gingivitis from moving on to periodontitis and move us back to health. So